Breaks. Now y'all know on my page we cover all kind of stuff. Hopefully this is streaming to Facebook. If not, I'll get to you. But there's a lot of things going on in Jessup, Georgia, Wayne County. And this man, Mr. Kwanzaa Blakes, was an inmate in the Wayne County Jail. And he had some rather complicated circumstances around his case. Now, for legal purposes, I'm going to say these are not the views of me. And if it is my view, I will say it with my whole chest to them, God, and everybody else, which we all know that. Now, Mr. Blake, how you doing today?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. You want to tell me a little bit about what brought about your time in the Wayne County Jail?
A simple possession that never happened. But in just it doesn't matter if it really happens. I'm sure you get some occasion you get cases that might be real, but once the police like seem to have it out for you, it seems like there ain't nothing that they won't do to kind of just do anything.
Right. So what was the
So
charge of
with me,
allegation?
so,
You
so
got to
I had
move
a simple
around.
possession.
Your mic's messing up. What was the
So I had
charge
a
or
simple
allegation so the people can kind of catch up because I know the situation. I've done fact checks, on you, them, everybody. But can you kind of give a little background into what situation brought you into the Wayne County Jail? What the
so
circumstances were?
so I had a simple possession. I allowed somebody to use my car. They went to the store, came back, gave me the keys, and the police came like 4 minutes later and said that I had a ticket 2 miles away. First of all, what would you be doing stopping a car 2 miles away? Why didn't you stop the car right away? So that's already going to be something that's weird, suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that the person that was driving the car actually took accountability, wrote the public defender's office and the DA's office, but that was never heard in court.
Okay, hold on. Let me stop you right there. Back up a little bit from your mic because some of your words are coming in
Okay.
kind of weird. But I want to ask you this. You said that the person who was driving the car at the time that you were not in the car, the person who was driving the car took accountability for it and you still were charged. Is that correct?
He was charged. Not only charged, I sat there 2 years asking for a trial because I believed that I was innocent, and I know I was innocent. I
Mm-hmm.
asked for a trial, and I never was indicted. So I'm one of the first people that
Hey,
bring to the
Gabby.
attention
Mm-hmm.
about the fact about being indicted. There in Wayne County, indictments don't happen unless you have rape, murder, or something that's big where they think that you're gonna like. They might be a reason why they go back. Otherwise,
Right.
nobody's indicted. There's not a panel of 12 people that meet that make the charges formal.
Okay,
So
hold on
what
one
you're
second. Let me stop you right there, Mr. Blakes. Y'all, this is the ones that's just coming in. This is Mr. Kwanzaa Blakes. He was an inmate in the Wayne County Jail in Jessup, Georgia. His situation is not something you're going to hear all the time. But this is something I felt people needed to be aware of. He wanted to talk about it while he was incarcerated. He reached out to me, wanted me to get his story out. And my Facebook, I did put out some parts of it, but not all of it. I feel like it's not my story to tell, it's his story to tell. So just a quick rundown of what you missed. Mr. Blakes was indicted on a simple possession. That's what you said, correct?
I wasn't indicted.
Oh, he was. Whoa, back up. Let me back up. He was not indicted. He was charged with a simple possession. He was never indicted. How long did you sit in the Wayne County Jail?
2 years.
2 years without being indicted, sitting in the Wayne County Jail. Shayla, we had to go live on here because it streams to my Facebook, and for some reason it wouldn't pull them up over there. If you're not interested, babe, you can check out. It's okay. But if you listen to this story, you will understand why this story needs to be heard. I told everybody who's on my channel when I started YouTube, we will cover a vast majority of things. Sometimes it's real shit, sometimes it's bullshit. But this is some real life shit that is going on, not just in Wayne County, but a lot of smaller counties in Georgia. Okay. And in other states as well, but especially in Georgia. Mr. Blakes, during your time in the Wayne County Jail, how were you treated?
I was housed in isolation. Once I asked about the fact that about the indictment, I was housed in isolation my whole stay.
So the whole
So
2 years you were in there, you were in isolation.
isolation. I got recreation maybe once a month, phones 3 times a week, and that's if you was lucky. But that's because I kind of took it a step further with the indictment process. I knew that I hadn't been indicted, and I kept pushing the issue through the public defender's office. And then that was kind of like a bad thing to do because everything that's happening in Wayne County is so wham bam, thank you, ma'am. All it's about is the plea bargain. So it's
Mm-hmm.
never about anybody going to trial or finding out what's the right story. Everybody will always wanted to make like wanted me to take a plea bargain. Why take a plea bargain to something that I knew I didn't do?
Right. Okay, so there's people commenting. I'm not sure. I don't think you can see the comments. And y'all, a lot about this story ain't right. I don't want to put out, I want to let him tell it. But stick with me, bear with me. Mr. Blakes, during your time in the Wayne County Jail, and you had public a public defender, correct?
Of course.
Okay. Um, are we gonna say the name or we're not gonna say the name? I don't care. I'm not
I'm
monetized. It
good
doesn't
to it.
matter.
I had Lockwood.
We'll
So
get the
Lockwood
full
Place was
name.
the
Full
person
name.
that
You
Jonathan Lockwood was the
you
first
have
person
Mr.
that was
Jonathan
representing me.
Lockwood. Okay, go ahead.
I asked Mr. Lockwood, can I wanted to go to trial. I wanted a speedy trial. So for people that don't understand, in Wayne County, they will tell you you have a speedy trial, but I kind of know a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
What you're getting is called a constitutional trial.
Right.
The constitutional trial, speedy trial means that they get you in whenever they can get you in a court calendar. So basically whenever. But I asked for a statutory speedy trial, which is 120 days. I had already messed the game up. So at that
Hold
point,
on.
it was
Repeat that. Y'all
already.
pay attention to this in case you need it. Pay attention. Repeat what you
So
said you
yeah, the
asked for.
lawyers might need this. A statutory speedy trial.
And will you explain the difference between a statutory trial and a constitutional trial for the people?
You have to be in court within 120 days, or they have to let you go. They got to try you or let you go.
And that is the statutory, not the constitutional. What's the constitutional?
Constitutional, they can get you in whenever they feel like they got an opening in the calendar, whenever, as long as they get you in there.
Okay, now, Mr. Blakes, when you first reached out to me, and y'all, I'm going to give y'all a little history real quick. I met this man because, as y'all know, who have been following me for a while, y'all know my baby daddy locked up. They were in the same dorm, which is E dorm, and that's the single man unit, right? Okay, and then the whole time for like 4 months, my old man, when he first got there, he was like, "Baby, they got this man in here. They don't never let him out. He don't go to rec call. He don't come out for chow. He's just always locked up in there." I was like, "Can you talk to him? Because that don't sound right." I've never seen that done. So for months, my old man was telling me about it. Well, then they both ended up getting moved to upfront isolation. So then this man started reaching out to me and he was like, "Hey, I want you to help me get my story out there because anybody from my county will tell you I'm a whole damn movement by myself. And if it ain't right, I'm going to stand up and say it's not right against whoever. Anybody can get it. Be damned." And I have watched for years, and predominantly black people, they're playing out to get out of jail, not realizing they haven't even been indicted. Now, they supposed to indict you within 90 days or let you go, correct or incorrect?
That is correct. Or they can ask for
Now, hear
extension
me
for
out, y'all.
120.
There was a Caucasian lady here who was charged. I'm not going to say the specifics of that case because I ain't talked to the victims in that to clear it. But in this case, that lady was in jail 90 days and they released her. They moved her to another county for her safety and all. After she sat in the county 4 months. If we was going to do something, we'd have done it. But this man, would you like to talk about? Generally, I would not mention your lawsuit, but being that it is public records, and y'all, all of this is public records. Like you can pull it up. Because when he first told me this, I was like, that shit's astronomical. Ain't no way. Y'all, I done been all up and through this man, all of his case files. The shit that he finna tell y'all, it's in there. He sued these people from the county jail while he was in there. Go ahead, Mr. Blakes. You want to touch on that? He got paperwork, y'all. Y'all
See,
might not be able to see it good. Go ahead, walk them through it because they probably can't see it.
I because this happened, I had to end up suing Jonathan Lockwood for the fact that they're breaking your constitutional constitutional law by not allowing you to get into court. So basically, if you're gonna take a plea bargain, I was offered a plea bargain over and over again, but go to trial, it wasn't happening. And the fact that I keep on reminding them that I'm not indicted, I'm just sitting there, sitting. They don't know what to do with me. So then so I end up filing a lawsuit against Lockwood and the public defender department and also the DA.
So
So
after you filed this lawsuit, is it or is it not true that they tried to put you in for a mental health eval?
that's true too.
And what
So
did that entail?
they said that well, we want to get you a mental health exam because you're asking for a speedy trial, and then you're asking
So
them
you
about
crazy
indictment,
because you're asserting your rights. Is that correct?
and that's what they want you to believe.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay, so once the lawsuit was brought about, because once it's entered, they're gonna know. And I know this firsthand because when I went and filed paperwork on my old man's behalf, oh baby, I didn't even make it home. I went straight home from the clerk's office. I didn't even make it home. And he was texting me on that little inmate text thing, baby, what did you do? These people up here talking all kind of shit about you. And just because I know that the local police are watching this as well, don't play with him. Don't. Because I still got the paperwork. I got my own qualms with y'all. Y'all know what y'all did. I know what y'all did. And I got the court records. I got all the things. But this ain't about me today. I'm trying to let him speak. But I'm telling y'all, because he's in y'all custody, don't fucking play with him. Go ahead, Mr. Blakes.
Now I seen the comments. She said we won't be the first, and I won't be the last to file a lawsuit. But I'm about to be the first, like I guess, be the first
No,
to
he's
follow
not
through
the
with it.
first, and he's not the last. I've had several people say that they're doing the same thing, and it's crazy because each time Jonathan Lockwood, that public, I'm gonna call him a public pretender because that's what I call them. That's what they is. They pretend they don't fight for justice. They fight for a plea, and they don't even fight for that. It seems like they're working for the DA, not for the defense. After you sued them, who all did you sue? Like, are you comfortable talking about that?
So I sued the Justice Police Department. I also sued the like I told you, the DA's office because the
No,
DA is
baby.
the first.
Hold on. Let me touch this comment. He does know his rights, and he asserted them. He does. He might not be comfortable with this because he's never done like YouTube and all this before.
I'm not the
But
live
baby, he
guy.
did the
And
paperwork. He literally sued them people. Go on. What is it? Justia Law, Aquanza Blakes versus Wayne County. I shit you not. He did that from the county jail. Here, hold on. Wait a minute. How they do that thing? Clock it. He sued them through their library in the jailhouse. Go ahead, Aquanza.
so listen, so I sued the DA's office. I also sued and that was a hard task too. But I sued the public defender's office because these are the people that were put in a position to like keep your rights. Like they're supposed to make sure that everything in the court that goes on is to protect you. Jonathan Lockwood, his first thing is supposed to be to make sure that you're indicted. But it's not happening. People is going to
Mm-mm.
prison here. I've seen people go to prison, not even indicted.
Right.
Being indicted means that the charges have been made formal, not just an accusation anymore. They've been made formal, and there's enough evidence for the DA to prosecute or to
Mm-hmm.
hold you.
And to
But
bring
if them
charges.
evidence, and if them if grand jury never knew from those charges, and that's never happened, then that means they don't have to have evidence, and you could just sit forever for no reason until you plea out. So everybody talks about Wayne County being the place of probation, truly, because if they don't never have to provide no evidence, then why would it like? Why would you're led to believe at the as if you're innocent or guilty that these people have some innocent got some evidence against you that they don't even have. So
Now
you're
let me
playing
ask you
out.
something. Let me ask you something, Mr. Blakes, because with Anthony Jones, that's my baby daddy. With him, we each time he's ever been in trouble with the law since he's been with me, because I learned the system in the system. Any of my regular followers, they know I got a record. I done been to prison. I done been to boot camp. I done did all the things. I just did that shit when I was young, and I came out and did what I had to because I started making kids. You understand? So I learned their system in the system. Some of the best lawyers in the world are in the penitentiary. Hear me when I tell you. Now, with him, every time he had any issues legally, we always asked for a speedy trial, which I did not know. about the statutory thing. You taught me something on that. But I did always ask for the constitutional speedy trial. We always ask for a motion of discovery. Okay. Now, due to the fact that he's a fighter, he's not going for free. Yes, he's fought the police a lot. Like, baby daddy, a little different. They say he's mental health. Cool. Let's go. We'll do that. But he's never, ever seen a single motion of discovery. They've done countless mental health evaluations. They sealed every one of them. Now, plot twist, guys. Prior to this year, the judge who sealed all of those records was Judge Guy. Last year, Judge Guy resigned after he got drunk in Florida, got into an altercation with somebody, got in his vehicle, attempted to leave while drunk, and hit someone's car and offered them $500 not to call the police. Mind you, this is a judge who sealed every one of these records. Well, about a week later, he comes out, he resigned. Oh, he wants to live the quiet life. I bet the fuck you do. I'm sure. Okay. So, the original DA on the case was Jackie Johnson. She was the DA who was calling question about Ahmaud Arbery because these cases with my old man are from like 2020, 2021. Okay. So the original DA, she was actually facing allegations in the Ahmaud Arbery case out of Brunswick. This is the Brunswick Judicial Circuit. It covers 5 counties. Okay. So why, pray tell, was not all of the cases she handled, especially with black men, not revisited? We went to the public pretender's office. We asked them this. We were dismissed. Lockwood, which is his lawyer, but was my old man's previous lawyer, who he fired, and they told him they had to rehire him because there was no other attorney to represent him. Now, Mr. Blakes, before I proceed, when you fired Lockwood, how did you attain another attorney? A conflict lawyer, correct? Because you had issues with your attorney, you did not trust him. There was a conflict of of interest, correct? They told Anthony that was not possible. That Lockwood was the only one who could represent him. And if I can pull the paperwork, because you know I got it, and it will say that the case was transferred. It'll say transferred 3 times, and then it comes back as Lockwood's the lawyer because they told him Lockwood was the only lawyer he could have, and that if he didn't have Lockwood, he could not get on the court docket because you have to have a public defender or lawyer to get you on the docket. That's what they told us. Fig, baby, he do know what he's talking about. And I've went through all his files. Everything this man is saying, that shit's real. Because I wouldn't just come out here and put my face on it if it wasn't. Baby, feel free to go on Peach Court. We done said his government name. You can look it up. Georgia Peach Court. It's in there. You will see where letters were entered. You will see where they got shit that you can't see, where they tried to say the man was crazy, and all of this. That man stood on business about his rights. He did. And I stood on business about my baby daddy rights. But I'm gonna tell y'all, these folks play a wicked game. A wicked game. And if y'all don't know y'all rights, I swear they'll swap you out. They will swap you out, send your ass up the road, take you away from your family forever, and go home and eat lunch or dinner and shit with their wife like nothing ever happened. So, Mr. Blake, while you was in the Wayne County Jail, how were you treated by administrators and staff? And I know that's true because they were asking me to make phone calls for you. Now, I want to say this for the record. I have not had that experience with all the staff, but with a lot of the staff I have, there are a few officers I'll go to war about. And not just because of that, but I know these people in real life. But I can't say that's not how you were treated. So I'm not disputing anything that you said. But was there ever any instances of violence towards you against, like, from the staff or from administration? Was anything taken from you? Were you abused or neglected or anything like that? Hold on, back up a little bit. They saying you froze that they can't hear you. Your face is froze, but I can hear you. I can hear you. Can y'all hear him? Benny, say yes or no, baby, so I know. They saying that you froze, they can't hear you. You might have to exit out and then pull the link back up. So exit out and then go back to where I sent you the link and hit the link again and I'll pull you back up. Go ahead and do that and I'll pull you back up. So y'all, this man, he before he was my old man's roommate, they both were just in the same dorm. E dorm is a single man unit. So each inmate has their own room, and I think there's like 8 rooms or something like that, if I remember correctly. So hold on, he's pulling back up. Maybe he's pulling back up. There he goes. Okay. The question. Hold on 1 second. Um, Cyberland Explorer. We're talking about Jessup, Georgia, Wayne County, and the Judicial Circuit, which is also part of the Brunswick Judicial Circuit. It's like 5 counties, and there's been a lot of allegations between these 5 counties. Probably the most notable one would be the Ahmaud Arbery case. May he rest in peace. But there are several others. People are not really being afforded their rights. The public defenders are not really doing their jobs. We've always known they don't fight for justice. They fight for a plea, but they're not even doing this. It really seems if you're the defendant or the loved one of defendant, it gives that they're working for the prosecution. And this man, while he was incarcerated, he fired his public defender. He was able to obtain a conflict lawyer. I'm just giving you a quick rundown in case you just got here. He was able to obtain a conflict lawyer who was there in limited capacity because he wanted to represent himself because he did not trust any of them. While he was there, allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly, Akwanza, because for legal purposes, allegedly, he was in isolation for 2 years that he was incarcerated. I can attest to the fact that I know for a fact the first 4 months that my old man was locked up, he was in isolation. I'm on YouTube. Don't put your face in this camera. I love you, but sorry y'all, that's my son. But I know the first 4 months that he was kept in the single man cell in E dorm, which is a single man unit, but they are allowed to go in the day room and things such as that. But he was not. He was kept in his room 24/7 because my old man was freaking out like this is crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like this. All the things. So that already was a red flag. So then while he was in isolation, my old man ended up getting moved up front isolation, as did this man. While he was in there, a roommate now with my old man, he reached out to me and told me his story. And I'm not gonna lie, Kwanzaa, I told you to your own face. I thought it was bullshit, y'all. I said the same thing, y'all. This shit don't sound right. That's crazy, y'all. I pulled his records. I pulled his records, and I told you this because the shit was so astronomical to me. But this man, let me rephrase this. This black man, he light skinned, but this black man sued them while incarcerated in their jail through the jail law library because he represented himself because he felt like his lawyer was not doing his job. And I'm just giving him an opportunity to get his statement out there because he was incarcerated for 2 years. He was locked up for 2 years and he was never indicted. Um, he hasn't won the lawsuit yet, I don't think. Have you won yet, or is it still in court? Them kind of
We
lawsuits
still in
usually
court.
take some years. But when he reached out to me, I reached out to somebody else, and we have a little network because I've watched the system fuck people. My people. I've watched it for years. I stood by for years. But I've also been in the system. I've been to jail. I've been to PDC. I've been to prison. They didn't even have shit on me to get me, but I was 17. And I was old. I ain't gonna tell. I'm a real nigga. I ain't gonna tell. That was the dumbest shit I ever done. But that was some real shit of me. And I wouldn't change it for nothing because I learned so much. That's why they not finna play with me. You can't just tell me anything. But basically, he was charged for simple possession. Did you have any other charges?
DUI.
DUI. Okay. Now, from what you told us earlier when we started, you were never actually in the vehicle. There was someone else, and they wrote a statement taking their part in this.
Yes, they did.
Okay,
But
so if they
the
wrote a
public,
statement saying that they were the one driving and they were the one in the wrong, how the hell did you end up in jail?
the public defender department, so they act like they didn't even care. The DA,
Hey, Angela.
they act like the affidavit didn't even happen. I was the man for I guess the man for the cooking. They weren't going. Nobody still to right when I just got out. Nobody acknowledged the fact that the letter even exists. There was no
Can I
reason I
ask
should
you a
even do
question? You remember when you and my baby daddy hit me up and was like, fuck it, air it out, air everything out, put it all out there. And I
it. Yep,
said, I don't want to do that because y'all still in custody and I don't know how it's going to go. Remember, I said that. And you
yep,
said, even if you don't want to do Anthony's, do mine. That's what you said. Now,
yep.
what I did was I posted your mugshot on Facebook and posted a little bit of your story. I didn't post the whole thing because at that time I hadn't saw the whole thing. I only posted what I know I've seen in writing. Not what you said, not what they said. What I seen in court documents is what I posted. Okay. So
Okay,
after I posted that, is it or is it are not true that 2 days later you went to court?
that's true.
Okay. And when you went to court and they talked to you and all, what were their words to you? What were they trying to give you? And what did they ask you not to do?
Because I wasn't indicted, they were gonna just drop the charges.
Mm-hmm.
But dropping charges, they wanted because I was on probation. They wanted to basically revoke my whole probation for no reason. They're gonna drop the charges, revoke my probation, but not
But let me
just let
ask you this.
everything go.
If they drop the charges and you're in jail for a violation for those charges, then the violation would not be a violation because how can you violate if the charges are dropped? That's bullshit.
There you go. Now that's why I
That I
didn't.
know for a fact.
And that's the reason why I didn't do it. But then they didn't want nobody else to know about this indictment thing. Because look how many people are sitting in the Wayne County Jail currently.
Listen, they
They're
didn't
not
want
indicted.
nobody else to know, but who did they specifically ask you not to let know?
You because they know that you're gonna put it on here.
Is hello, Wayne County. I'm with the shits today. So you went to court. They basically told you, I'm going to get rid of all your charges, but your probation violation is going to stick. The violation that you obtained on these charges that were thrown away, but don't mention this to your roommate, and especially don't tell Carissa, right?
Yep.
Why am I such a threat? I'm a mommy. I'm not a legal person, but you're not finna play with me. But they
But
were
they feel as if you
concerned
got
of
the
what
juice.
I would put on Facebook. Well,
There
guys,
you
we did
go.
it to YouTube. And we should be streaming to Facebook as well. Because I want to know if your charges were dropped. Somebody humor me. If your charges were dropped that led to your probation violation, how the hell does your probation violation stick? How does that work? When they
It
took you into
can't. Why?
custody, were you dirty or something? Was there another charge
None of that.
besides the charges that led to your probation violation?
None of that. So there was no way to make it stick. They didn't want nobody else to know about nobody being indicted. If
Mm-hmm.
everybody understood the fact that that they've been sitting in jail and half the people haven't even been indicted, and that is the law. Like
To my
this is your Fifth
moderator, thank
Amendment.
you, because that was weird. I don't even know who my moderator is right now. But thank you, baby, because that's why I work. Sorry, some weird shit going on. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's your Fifth Amendment to be indicted on any felony charges. And then the fact that it's not happening, they didn't want other people in the jail to know what was going on or what's been going on for a long time. So when people talk about that good old boy system, here's it at its best because if they
It's
don't ever
real.
have to provide any evidence,
It's real. It's real.
you say,
Especially in these little small counties like Jessup, Waycross, Brunswick. I know the ones. And our judicial circuit, the shit happens. When I tell you, When my old man went to court, y'all, I have a whole folder full of court documents and shit proving to these people y'all fucked up. It doesn't matter what he done or what he didn't do, because they got him for a probation violation, obstruction. Okay, cool. But it doesn't matter if when he took this original plea, part of that plea agreement, he was supposed to get credit for time served. And not just on this last plea, when he got in trouble the case before this. Same thing. He never got that credit for time served. And then one paper said it was supposed to be consecutive. One said it was supposed to be concurrent. It is impossible to run a sentence consecutive and concurrent. Those are two different things, and they mean totally opposite. One is back to back. One is like together. It's you can't run it like that. What because of a clerical error that I pointed out to them, went and paid for the records, did all the things. I did all the footwork, submitted all this shit to the clerk of court and a letter to the judge. I asked that man in open court, did you get the letter that I sent you? They would not let me speak other than to ask him that. He said, no, I did not. I said, I submitted it to the clerk of court. That man told me it's fine. So if I submitted it to the clerk of court, when you submit it through the clerk of court, if you want to talk to the judge, you can't talk to him directly because it's a conflict of interest. Let me tell y'all something real quick. So if you want the judge to know something, you have to submit it through the clerk of court so that it goes to the judge, the public defender, or the lawyer, whichever you have, and also to the state. So there's no ex parte communication. Okay. I followed the steps. I did it the right way. Okay. Then the day of court, after they didn't continued 1,000 times, the day of court, right before they did like the basic calendar. And then the judge was like, okay, we're done with that. Now we can move on to the criminal calendar. My old man was the first one on the criminal calendar because he had already did the roll call. Okay. Before that judge went any further, the district attorney guy was like, Your Honor, can we come forward? Him and John Lockwood went forward and spoke to the judge where nobody could hear. Here's the shit kicker. Lockwood was not my old man's attorney. Jeanette Horowitz was. Okay. Lockwood told us the last time he represented Anthony, he would not represent him anymore because he found out I was recording him. And in that recording, he was giving him false advice. And I took it to the DA, which is how he got the last plea. I took it to the DA and I told him I will make an ass out of all of us. And when he realized I was recording him, he said, baby, who was saying they know John Lockwood? God, I hope he didn't defend you because, baby, if so, you entitled to compensation. Swear to God. But because of that, Lockwood said he would not touch another case with Anthony's name or my name attached to it because when Anthony had his bond hearing and the DA was saying, oh, he's got all these new charges, not this one, but the previous one, Lockwood stood there. I waited. He didn't say shit. I stood up and I said, excuse me, Your Honor. I don't know why Mr. Lockwood isn't saying anything, but all those charges are old. None of these are new charges. He has not had any new charges in years. We got kids for real. Anybody got time for that shit? And then his probation officer said he doesn't have any new charges. He ain't did nothing. I got his bond. I did that. Me and Miss Janice Dow, his probation officer. Sure did. Lockwood did not do his job then. I wrote all of this down in an affidavit at the district attorney's office in 2023. I kept all the paperwork. I submitted that and all the other shit to the judge with a letter explaining that they owed him 278 days of credit for time served that he never received with his plea agreements. And this is the thing. A plea agreement basically is a contract. So if you have a plea agreement with the state and the state don't meet their end of the bargain, that shit is supposed to be void. So whether he violated before or after that, it doesn't even matter because he didn't stand a fair shot from the time they did the plea. I put it all in writing. I submitted it, y'all. When I tell y'all them folks got in there and did their damn thing on him, when Lockwood and the DA dude was sitting there talking to the judge, his public defender Horowitz went over there and was talking to the clerk of court people. The head lady, a clerk of court, Frances Jurgen, she coming in, they're talking, they're smiling. I'm watching it. I'm like, Grandma, they finna fuck him. I'm watching this. I'm sitting there with his grandma. I said, are you watching? Are you seeing what I'm saying? Because why is Lockwood talking to him about anything with his case when he's not supposed to be affiliated? Y'all, they got up there and did their damn thing on that man. You hear me? because he was under the impression that he was there for a revocation. What actually took place was like, I ain't gonna say it was a trial. What you call that thing, Aquanza? A wrap up deal or some shit like that? That man was not aware that's what was going on. But they did that.
A
So
rapper.
when Aquanza reached out to me, Aquanza, while you were in there, was anything taken from you besides like your, freedom?
My
And I want you to give me all
glasses,
his
my
shit. Back up a little bit, baby. You cutting out. Hey, youngest, how you doing, baby? Oh yes, baby. I'm telling on the internet because this the thing. Hold on one second, Kwanzaa.
say
I
what?
try to do it the right way. I try to submit it to the courts. I try to
Yours
do it the
too.
right
But
way. But one thing that
yeah,
Wayne County know about me, when it come to
my legal
anything
right.
attached to me, you better handle that shit properly. Cause I make an ass out of all of us. And I got proof. I got documents. Let me show y'all something. Hold on. Cause see, one thing about it, and two for sure. I don't play. And they know I don't play. And this man, who y'all see on here with me, he don't play neither. This man sued them while he was in jail as an inmate. Did that effectively. And then when this man went to court and they tried to give him a deal, because they want him out of there, they specifically told this man not to tell me. So what you think he did? Hey, Carissa, guess what? Y'all see all this? Y'all see all this? When I say I got motherfucking receipts, I got receipts. So see, let me explain something real quick. Y'all men, please, if y'all might think I'm that bullshit, sometimes I am, but I'm finna tell y'all some real life shit. If you know that you a little throwed, or if you know that you done been in and out the system your whole life, and them folks ain't gonna give a fuck about what you saying, make somebody your power of attorney. Make somebody your power of attorney. Because then they can get all your records, they can get all y'all stuff. And yeah, people saying I talk too much, but it's personal. If it bothers you, you can go, you can stay, it doesn't matter. Because this man's story and my story, it all intertwines. He was my old man's roommate. He made it out, and they threw the book at mine. They ain't really throw the book. He didn't get that long, but he shouldn't have got nothing. But that's what this county does. When you step on a toe,
But half the people in this county ain't supposed to get money.
say it again.
Man, there's some real half the people in this county shouldn't get nothing. There's some real cases that really happen in Wayne County, but then there's some bullshit too.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, it's to cook the book.
Mm-hmm.
How can you have the highest conviction rate and be one of the smallest towns in Southeast
They
Georgia?
have the highest conviction rate because nobody is ever let go because of lack of evidence. That's why.
So, so yeah, I taught y'all that there ain't no such thing as lack of evidence. Nobody police error.
Mm-hmm.
But see, if you go to a big town, there's a such thing as like, man, listen, 48 hours, they should already have, if they got enough evidence to do anything with you. Instead, here it's a whole bunch of drag ass. You might
He
not
do
even get to
look
court
like
for
me, y'all, but
2
we are
weeks.
not related. I just want to clear that up. I told you they was gonna say that. You do look like my kin folks because we both yellow, got these glasses, and me and him argue all the time because I don't like yellow people.
For real.
Oh God! But go ahead. They talk
Yeah,
about your
but
sister cute. I'm not his sister, y'all. Believe it or not. Prior to this shit, I did not know this man.
we argue all the time too.
Dude.
So listen, like I was saying, half the people that go to Wayne County Jail, they obviously shouldn't be there. If especially on a felony case, if they're not indicting you, showing you that they have enough evidence to hold you or keep you, and the judge is allowing this to happen. So the judge is the referee of court. He
Mm-hmm.
allows the DA and the prosecutor, like when the DA and your public defender, not to even go through your amendments. If you have the right to have this indictment, but it doesn't happen. Everybody talks about grand jury, but there's never a grand jury. But
Right.
then in fact, I can go as far as to saying that an indictment costs money. It takes 12 people panel to get it, like 12 people to get on a panel to say that there's enough evidence in this case to move forward with this case. But if that's never taking place, then where's that money going?
Mm.
See, look, we can talk about some other stuff.
Another thing,
So
where's the money from the victims fund? Because if you're the victim of a crime, there's funds that's supposed to rehouse you if it's domestics, help you with therapy, all the things like that. I ain't never in my life seen a victim in Wayne County receive anything from them funds. They're gonna send you to Fairhaven. Shout out to Fairhaven. Shout out to Fairhaven. But that's two separate things. So where is the funds for the victims that's set up through the DA's office? And shit kicker, guys, our local DA, Mr. Higgins, he's under investigation and owes us like $990,000. Some of the other counties don't even deal with him no more. This shit is real around here. I cannot make this shit up. I cannot. Y'all can Google any of this. Y'all can Google about Higgins. Y'all can go on Peach Court about his shit. All the shit. Receipts. Receipts. So while you was in the county, I was informed that there was an issue with your glasses. What was the issue with your glasses?
my glasses went away where I wouldn't be able to look at, like, be able to do legal work. My legal work was taken away because of the lawsuits.
So after you filed a lawsuit, they took your glasses.
Yeah,
That
they took
they
my
said, nigga,
glasses
you
too.
ain't gonna file nothing else if you can't see.
Else up in here.
That shit is crazy.
Shit,
I would be
they
so
stopped
offended
seeing
if
the
they took
real.
my
Like, they
glasses. Because
I'm
why
from the
would you
real to
take
the
my
field.
eyes?
They're not even seeing the real.
But it's cool because I can see up close. It's far away. I'd be struggling. So when you went to court, what you told me earlier that the only reason you took a plea was to check on a family member. I'm not gonna say who. That doesn't matter. Do you feel like you should have took that plea, or do you feel like you should have continued waiting? Because I mean, shit, you already said it in there 2 years and refused to take everything they sent at you.
Listen, I had to take the deal because it was the best thing to do because of my family situation. But other than that, I would have sat and finished completing what I was on. Like, I feel as if a man's supposed to be able to have a trial if he asks for it. So
Yeah.
how many people you know before they go to jail and they
You
can't
might
have a
gotta back
trial
up
after
a little
two
bit because
years?
you're coming in a little bit mumbled. Say something.
Can you hear me better? Yeah. So how many
To
people
the person in the comment, baby, listen, let me smoke my cigarettes because the shit that be going on, girl. At least I don't smoke crack. Let me have my cigarettes. I swear to God. I swear. I
okay.
promise. But what all did you lose those 2 years? If you're comfortable talking about that.
I lost a lot. I lost like a lot, but like my business. I lost a lot of things that I had
What
going
kind of
on in the
business did
world.
you have?
An Amazon business.
Hey, Desmond.
So I lost a lot of things that I had going on in the world. Like, in 2 years, just imagine what you're gonna miss: your car, your everything, like everything that I had.
Now let me ask you this. If you had proper representation, do you feel like this would have went differently? Because I'm just gonna say it. Jonathan Lockwood and anybody associated in Jessup, Georgia, I can't speak on the other counties, in Jessup, Georgia, the public defenders here, that ain't it. I take my chances and defend myself. I promise you, if I ever get locked up, ain't none of them gonna touch my case. They're gonna be like, they're gonna see my name and say, oh hell no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. They ain't gonna touch it. And that's fine with me. Because I'd rather take my chances by myself. But do you feel like they fought for you at all?
No, they didn't fight for me. They don't fight for nobody. All they out for is the convictions. It's about plea bargains. The whole
Oh,
town is
I'm
about plea
alive though. You
bargains.
can't get in the camera.
How
Right.
often do you hear about somebody in Wayne County going to trial, all the way through trial?
In Wayne County, I've heard of one person, and surprisingly, it was one black man who took it to trial. He crunked the jury and he won. I know of one. And I have been here most of my life. I know of one. But he had to pay a lawyer. He had to pay a lawyer. I just feel like I wanted to give you a chance to get your story out there because I ain't gonna lie. I'm proud of you, bro. I'm so damn proud of you. And people who watch it might not understand, But I understand because I've seen the paperwork. I've seen the paperwork.
As I get more comfortable with this or whatever, like man, we can get like man, we can get more in depth about. There's a lot of shit
After
that's
I saw
happening that
your
shouldn't even be
paperwork,
happening.
I looked on the jail roster. There is one man in there that has been in there for 4 years for a probation violation. That is diabolical. 4 years? Four. 4 years
Real.
on a probation violation. That's crazy. Damn that. Send me on up the road. Send me on up the road. Let me go ahead and handle this because this ain't what we finna do. And I don't know what his circumstances is. I didn't ask. But what I do know, that's crazy. Did he get lost in the system? And I've had several people in our county reach out to me about their loved ones who've been victims of murder or rape or drugs or whatever the case may be. They might be a victim of the system. And the thing about it is, they're like, you're so brave, you're so this, you're so that. They don't bother you. Know they don't bother me because who the hell want to explain what happened to this lady? Nobody. Nobody. And one thing about me, I always try the right way first. Now, yes, I will get totally out of pocket and act all my races. I sure will. But I always try the right way first. But Wayne County, some of these officers, I'ma say it, they're corrupt. And y'all who know and ain't doing shit, you're either accomplice or you're covering them. Just because they wear a badge don't make them right. I'm gonna say the thing. Let's address the elephant. And those in the court system, the public defenders, Jonathan Lockwood, Jeanette Horowitz, Philip Tillman, who's their supervisor. Y'all crooked as hell. Y'all ain't trying to help none of these people. Y'all trying to get them a plea deal, and then you pick who you want to get a good plea deal. I'm gonna say the thing. Now y'all have had DAs. The last two DAs have came back and questioning themselves. Higgins got misappropriation of funds, and what that lady name was? Oh, this is fun. Jackie Johnson. You went to trial yourself. And lo and behold, you're still a judge. Ain't this about a bitch? You had a good lawyer though. You beat the case. But from my understanding, if y'all was caught into questioning, the cases y'all handled should have been revisited. Am I wrong in that? Any of my legal people want to jump in? I know I got a few lawyers and police officer friends. Y'all hit me up in the back chat. It's cool. I've been watching this shit for years. And this one little live right here, I'm finna tell y'all. Oh, because people like to be cute. Y'all, if anything come out, I did not kill myself. I'm not suicidal. I'm not depressed. I'm not homicidal. I don't do drugs. None of that fuck ass shit. Let's clear that up. If y'all hear any of that, it's a setup. Just saying. Normally, they don't bother me. Other people, they've came after from allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly. I don't have those problems. I don't have those problems because I tried the right way first. The reason we're doing this is because people need to understand their rights. People need to understand once you are in this damn system, you are in the system. You are a number. Your name does not matter. Your life does not matter. You are a number on a piece of paper. You're a damn case number. Know your rights. I don't give a damn. Google everything. If you don't want to go to law school, that's fine. When you bored, just randomly read up on the laws in your state. Now, Kwanzaa,
What's up?
when you took this plea and they asked you specifically not to tell me none of this, by you telling me and doing this live, do you think that it's going to affect you being that you are still on papers?
Man, I don't mind about none of this shit. Like, as long as I'm out here doing the right thing, look, what is going to be like? But I'm going to tell what happened to me. Like, so I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not, man, I can't be like, I'm not worried about that. I can't worry about something small. I got to keep moving forward. But I'm gonna continue with what I'm doing with this lawsuit. So I know what I. If you know something's not right, you're supposed to say something.
right?
Man, I've seen people
Right.
in there can't read that don't even understand that they were supposed to be indicted. When I say the word indicted, they say, huh? So like I'm gonna continue this fight for not just me, but for everybody. Like people should be there's people I've seen people take a prison sentence but was never indicted. How the fuck that
Mhm.
work?
And that's the thing. It
So
happens a lot here. It happens a lot here. And I'm
so
gonna be honest. Here, it seems like it depends on your economic status and who you know. Because if you know the right people, you're good. You're untouchable. Like um, Christmas Christmas parade. A lady and a child was hit. What happened with that case? Happened at the
you
Christmas
said what?
parade downtown. Downtown. Not just that. Let's backtrack, shall we? That happened. You don't hear nothing else about it. A month or so ago, a man was hit on Holmesville Road. What happened to that? I'm gonna tell you what happened with that one. Um, the person who hit him was the child of a former, we're gonna say bigwig around here. Okay, didn't hear shit else about that one. Okay, um, all these people, I like. Jessup is not that big, so I got a lot of people on my Facebook, and so many people, black people, white people, have reached out to me. Hey, what do I do? To be clear, I am not a lawyer, y'all. I'm not a lawyer. Everything I learned in the system and watching my loved ones go through the system. And I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all give me a jailhouse lawyer over a public defender, and I'll take them any day of the week. Because I'm gonna tell you this: them people don't see you as a person. They don't care about your mama, your children. They don't give a damn about none of that. They give a damn about getting what they can get off of you. Now, years ago, it was like $150 per inmate per day. Yeah, I'm sure it's went up in this economy. So the longer you sit, they're making money. So if you're prone to flipping out, oh, mental health evaluation. After mental health evaluation, you got to get a competency hearing. That them two things alone could take a year. And then
But that's another way for them to
And
make
then
money.
not just that, they can seal it and you don't even know what it says. This man sitting in jail and has never even seen his mental health evaluations. And I would bet $1,000 if that shit was unsealed, when that man took that plea, he was already previously deemed incompetent, and that's why they sealed it. But we'll never know because it's sealed. And not just once, two, three times. And yet it ended up on Peach Court, which is public records, that it came back. It was entered in a peach court, which can only be entered in by a lawyer or somebody at the clerk's office unless you're representing yourself. It came back that he was incompetent, but that very same day, 30 minutes later, I was given a piece of paper saying competent. You can't be competent and incompetent. How does that work? Then guess what happened, y'all? 30 pages of records went missing off of Peach Court. hmm Here's the shit kicker. I already screenshotted it, already printed it. Yeah, did that. So, Kwanzaa, I'm not gonna
Yes.
proceed and try to sue them. I'm gonna let him go, take his little ride, and let him do what he want to do. Once he gets out, he might say, "Forget it." Me personally, oh baby, I want all mine. I want all mine. I would want all
But the fact
the
is, you gotta keep
278
all
days of
this.
credit he did not get. They would have to pay me for every last one of them. I want all mine and some of yours. Damn that. But that's his choice. I'm his power of attorney, but it's his
You gotta
choice.
hold these people accountable.
Hmm.
Cause you gotta hold
I
these
mean,
people
really, yeah,
accountable.
I could go file. I could
There's
file.
gonna be another person just like him that comes through the system that doesn't
Mhm.
understand exactly what the fuck going on, and it's gonna continue.
And I want to be clear, not all cops are bad cops. I know some solid ass police, but I know some solid ass dope dealers too. Just saying. Know some solid ass smokers. In some situations, I will trust the junkie before I trust the police or the Pope. You understand me? They're going to tell you the truth. Like it or love it. But I feel like your story, the fact that you said in there when you could have took a plea and been out. They tried to give you all the pleas in the world to get you out because you was not playing with them. You stood on business. You didn't fall into their trap. You did not play their games. You did not let them play with your top. And you sued them through their system. You asserted your
Let's
rights.
see. F Big said that there's no way that I could police because they got immunity.
Now I don't know
Man, I
about that, but I was wondering, could you sue? I don't know about the jail, but what I'm saying, I don't know if you can sue the public pretenders because I thought
could
there was
that
some legal
go?
clause that protected them, but I'm not
Does
sure.
that part come on there? Does that come on there?
Kinda ish.
So it don't say the Aquanza Blake's just a
hmm Oh,
police
you
department.
definitely found it. You definitely found it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I
And
don't
people
know
in
what
the
I'm saying
comment
about it.
are
Like you
saying
can
there's no way you're suing because they have immunity. And I do remember a law being passed about them having immunity, and they probably do in some instances. But let me tell y'all something that I know firsthand. To everything in the law, there is a loophole. Hear me when I
right.
say, hear me when I tell you, there is a loophole to everything in law. I don't give a damn if you get a traffic ticket. You go pick that ticket up, you go pick up that report, you go over every single detail in that report and make sure it's accurate. And if it's not, don't say nothing. Wait till you get to court and point out the inaccuracies. Because if you were in a car accident and they found you at fault, but if on this road it says you're driving a Dodge Durango, but on this line it says you're driving a Ford Taurus, you can't drive two vehicles at once. Pay attention. It can be a clerical error. It could be a time error, a day error. There is a loophole to everything, y'all. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not no lawyer. I'm telling you what I've lived, what I've went through, and what I've done. This man is telling you what he's went through. And I'm just gonna say, we ain't the only ones went through it. We ain't. And this same prosecutor, these same judges, these same public pretenders, they hiding folks. So if y'all local and any of y'all folks is represented by these people or dealing with these people, keep your foot on their neck. And I'm telling you,
Definitely
I
keep
learned
your
the
foot
hard
on it.
way. And even if you got all the paperwork, they will work together to make sure it ain't seen. But y'all know me, I go on the news. I go on the news. I will put my lip gloss on, baby, brush my hair. We will be on WTOC tomorrow by 5 o'clock. Y'all know I don't give a damn about none of that. I don't. I'm tired of this. If you gonna do your job, do your damn job. Do it efficiently. Do you know in court, the lawyer who testified against Ed said that originally he did not charge him because he did not know if he intentionally stomped on his foot. He got a felony obstruction for stepping on a foot, y'all, while he was being tased and detained all at the same time. There's a video on my Facebook. But I might try to pull this over here so y'all can see it because it's an interesting type of deal. But the guy said, the officer said that originally he did not charge him because he did not know if it was intentional. That another officer sent the video that I posted because I was live the whole time the shit was going on because y'all not finna kill him. And after he watched the video, that's when he charged him. Wow. I don't even feel like I don't even feel like that should work. And we still don't know what they're doing with that. So what are your plans moving forward?
Shit, I'm gonna continue with I'm gonna continue with the lawsuits, but I'm also gonna try to like put awareness to everybody, try to get everybody aware of the fact that one, if you're down in Wayne County asking for a speedy trial, what you're getting is called a constitutional speedy trial. And you won't be in court within maybe a year.
Mm-hmm.
But what you want is a statutory speedy trial. Hold them people accountable, put the pressure on their neck. So then also, the next question: am I indicted? You should be asking this question immediately.
Mm-hmm.
They have to tell you that they have enough evidence to hold you or to try you.
Mm-hmm. Because if you're according to the law, far as I've known all these years, and I done did jail, probation, parole, PDC, and prison, they got 90 days. They got 90 days to indict you, and they're supposed to serve your warrants within 72 hours. That's what it's always been here. Now, it could have changed. And to the troll in the comments saying we don't know what we talking about, baby, we know what we talking about because we lived it. You are so free to exit if you'd like. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. I know what I went through. He know what he went through. If this isn't interesting to you, you feel a type of way, you can exit. This is my page. I can get on here and say what the hell I want to. There's that. But I ain't trying to be rude, but you steady coming up in the comments with some slick shit. And for real, you can exit. I don't even know who the hell you is because you ain't even got a real name up here. You ain't even got a kind of name. You got some letters. Let's be real. Y'all can listen or y'all cannot. It's cool. I ain't gonna feel no type of way. You can listen. You can take it as a grain of salt. It's up to you. All I'm saying, know your rights. Assert your rights. Don't believe everything these damn people telling you. They not for you. They are trying to get up their prosecution rates. They trying to get their numbers up. And if you're a
Conviction,
casualty,
conviction, conviction.
so be it. And that's just being real. It's what it is. So moving forward, do you have? You said that you want to bring awareness and all this. Is there any projects or anything you're working on?
Man, I'm writing all kind of stuff, trying to work like shit with you, like trying to like as many times I can get on here and talk about this, or like let me get comfortable. You know that I really know what I'm talking about. And dude, I don't know who was dude in the
I know
comment
you're
talking about
very
he know what I'm
uncomfortable.
talking
You were not prepared at all. I know.
about. So just let me get my like comfortability, my legs under me. But man, people could ask me questions or with like him. I wish he would have asked me a question instead of saying I didn't know what I was talking about.
And
Do
y'all,
you
if y'all
understand
got
what
any
your sister did?
questions,
Your
or
sister
if y'all want to pull up, y'all let me know, and I'll drop the link where y'all can pull up, so you can ask and debate. But don't get on here being disrespectful, because I ain't disrespected nobody. But don't come over here with that. This is his story and my story. If you're not interested, if you don't like it, that's fine. We don't have to agree. That's fine. But you're not gonna be disrespectful. But if anybody wants to pull up, I will drop the link. And if you have any questions, you can ask, or you can ask in the comments. I do read my comments. I'm one of the ones who actually do. And there's a person in the comments, Aquanza, that said sue the did you sue the Department of Justice, not the officer? They said sue the Department of Justice, not the officers. That's valid, I feel.
So the Department of Justice is who basically like so that's kind of like who you suing once you sue the Wayne County Jail. I mean, well,
Hmm.
not I mean the police officer.
Right.
So that kind
So
of
in
goes
your
along with
lawsuit,
that.
did you name specific people or did you do it as a whole?
No, I yeah, I was blunt. I named people.
Yeah, because the one I seen there were certain names. I'm not gonna drop them names. Fuck it, let them be surprised. But hell, they see it. It's public records. But
Yeah, I was about to say they already knew it.
do you feel like that you have good grounds for your lawsuit?
Did I get time served for
Hey,
sitting 2 years?
Aqua.
Hell no. They still made me do two like so I'm still on probation for 3 months.
You get time served for the 2 years?
Well, they say it was time served, but then basically, I still got probation. So the
So
probation was
how
two
long
years, and they
probation
said
do you have?
3 months.
Boy, that you got time served in. Take I'm gonna
Man,
tell you what I think. You was telling me how you're working on some projects. You asked me because I don't have a real big following on YouTube because I don't stick with it. If I did, I'm sure I could go further. Because like I said, sometimes I get on here some bullshit. Sometimes I get on here some real shit. Like my first few days on YouTube, I ended up beefing with a whole nother person. I got doxxed and everything. That shit was crazy. But you know what? I enjoyed every minute of it. Fuck it. I'm with the shits. A lot of these people here came here because I was defending somebody else. Because right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't give a damn who you are. So moving forward, what do you feel would be the best avenue to take to bring awareness? Because if you look at the Georgia prisons right now, every day we're seeing something about how multiple prisoners are being murdered and gang violence and all these things in the Georgia prisons. And oh, there's nothing we can do. There's been times that people are getting murdered and they're like, oh, we can't go in there. I get self preservation is key. I get that, but you signed up for it when you took the job. So moving forward, what do you think you could do as a civilian and a former person of the system? How do you feel you could bring better awareness, and what do you feel you could do to reach more people to get involved to help these people?
by explaining to people's loved ones if they're already locked up, where maybe they don't have to go to prison, because a lot of times these cases aren't prison cases. that they're just being made like so you they're being made to believe that there's evidence about a case that there's really not enough evidence for. So I want to make enough people aware of this situation. Like, man, first question you should be asking: am I indicted? If you got somebody that you love and you care about right now, you should be like, and they're in Wayne County, you should be like, hey, bro, I seen something on YouTube or Facebook. Am I indicted? Because he should be
Mm-hmm.
talking to his lawyer like, am I indicted? They should, if you're not indicted, they're supposed to release you.
And let's be real. How many months did we go? We didn't even have a DA. Where the hell is Higgins? Where he at? He been missing for a while. Because remember, Brunswick, Wayne County, and it was like two or three other counties. There was a whole big ass thing on the news everywhere. And what they said was mismanagement of funds. But somebody went and got the list, like an itemized list of what the DA was spending the money on that is supposed to be going to the prosecutors and the people, to handle these court cases because people were sitting in jail and wasn't going to court. And then families who are victims, family members, they're not getting no justice because people are just sitting because there was no DA. And he went missing. He went missing because, like, I want to say, don't quote me exactly on the number, but I know it was like 990,000. I think it was a little more than that, but that's a roundabout. And I ain't seen or heard nothing from him since then. Where's DA Higgins? Um, Not just that, like, do you watch the shit that goes on in this county? It's crazy. But how can the same DA who was handling our loved ones' cases or who was convicting our loved ones then be accused of, and I quote, mismanagement of funds? No, baby. If he spent $4,000 on some boots, like they said, it's some kind of cowboy boots. I guess it would be the cowboy version equivalent of like red bottoms or something like that. But they said he spent like $4,000 on some boots. What in the legal system will
That's
require
just
you to
wasn't
wear some
real.
$4,000 boots? Nothing. Okay. Not just that. Their exact words were mismanagement of funds. That is not mismanagement. That is misappropriations. You know the difference between mismanagement and misappropriations? Criminal charges. That's the difference. That's the difference. They pick and choose. They pick and choose. How many officers have we seen fired? Come back, go to other counties and work. We got missing people. Nobody knows what happened. And anytime a homeless person is found deceased, it's automatically a drug overdose. But is it really? Are we really doing the footwork here? These people got families, and I feel like everybody needs somebody. And if there's something we can do to bring awareness, like, hey, you might be in the system, but just because you're in the system, don't make you a product of it. Don't let that do your time. Don't let that shit do you. Because a lot of times that time will do you, depending on the amount of time. So are you planning on reaching out to any like activists or groups? Because like a lot of people say I'm an activist. Let me be clear, I'm not an activist. I just feel like right is right, wrong is wrong. I'm not gonna get up and holler for every single case, but if I do see and can see within my mind and my reasoning that there's an injustice, yes, baby, we can protest, we can pull up, we can do whatever you want to do. I'm
So
on
I've
whatever you
already reached
want.
out to a few activists already, but I'm gonna keep on pursuing and pushing and trying to get people to do whatever possible to like get like knowledge to everybody that can, man, anybody that's in there. I want them to understand what your rights is, what's happening, and don't be like don't get caught up in this
Hey,
shit.
baby, thank you for your support. Hey, y'all. But I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna go. I really do hope that it works out with your case. And at some point, if we can sit down together or figure something out, I don't know how, because no, no offense, Kwanzaa, but I don't know you for real. I'm not gonna just invite you to my house. I'm just not that person. But if we can get to a mutual ground, and if you want to show your paperwork, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. But a lot of people aren't just gonna believe your story because it doesn't happen. They don't see that. When you tell somebody they took my glasses because I sued them in jail, they're gonna be like, nigga, stop lying. For real. I said it. I will be the first. And what did I say to you when you was telling me all this legal stuff? I said, if you so good, why you still in jail? That's what I said to you, correct? That's what I said.
Definitely.
But then I went myself and I looked at the public records. I pulled it all up. I was like, wait a minute, I'm wrong as shit. If I'm wrong, I'll tell you I'm wrong. Because everything you told me you done, you did that. You did that. So I want to know. I've always been told, I don't know how true it is. I thought there was a limited amount of time of how long you could be kept in isolation because it's a fact
Listen,
that it fucks with your psyche.
in truth, it was on isolation is only short-term housing. So it's supposed to be that there a time where the administration can kind of figure out what's going on, what's the problem, and then try to work on that problem and get you back in the population because you're a pretrial detainee. So you're not even found guilty yet.
So it
So
took 2 years to figure out what's wrong with you. So what did we
yeah,
determine? Are you crazy? Are you stupid? Or are
I
you
don't
not
know.
going? Which one? You're out. So
They
I'm guessing
know,
they finally realized he ain't going.
no, they definitely know I'm not stupid,
But
and so
shout out to
like
you for sitting 2 years, because I wouldn't have sat 2 years. I'd have took that plea and had them all over the news. I'm just gonna be real. I ain't got time for that. I got kids. I gotta go home. I gotta work tomorrow. But taking the glasses was crazy to me. Like I was so offended when you said they took you. I was offended because I wear glasses. And if anybody wear glasses, y'all understand that shit hits different. But did any of them ever get physical with you?
yeah, so you kind of know the story, and then like I said,
Yeah, but I
as we
told
get
you
more everything,
you let out as much as you want to let out. And if you want to
yeah.
air it
So that's
out,
what I said.
you want to say the name before we go any further. Any names or whatever he says, I'm going to say allegedly for legal purposes, so you cannot sue me. But I'm going to let you say it because you know what? You do have freedom of speech, and this is a form of it.
So
Hey,
like I
Kendall.
said,
Oh, yeah, baby.
as
I
our
know they're coming, but I'm ready. I stay ready, so I ain't got to get ready. Go ahead. I was
as we
reading the
get
comment.
time, as we get time to be able to chop it up and get like I get more comfortable and like I told you, just kind of like fresh out like but as I get time
And
just
you
to
feel
kind of
like they
sit
watch
down,
you. I know you do. Hell, they probably is. You're on probation,
and
so
you
obviously.
know, I feel shit. So like as I get comfortable in my surroundings and more like this in time we'll be able to disclose more and we can go deeper than a lot deeper than where
And I
that money
will let
went.
y'all know all of this stuff is public records. If you are in Georgia and you have a loved one and you want to know what's going on with them in court, or if they go into court, what's going on, go
Hit that
to
peach tree.
go to Peach Court. Download Peach Court, set up an account. It is free. You can see if they've been to court. You can see the charges. You can see any motions put in unless it's sealed. The only thing that normally you cannot see is like mental health records. If they have like competency issues or if there's a medical stuff in there, you won't usually be able to see that because they'll usually seal it. But outside of that, if it is not sealed, if it is public records, you can go to Peach Court and look at it for free. There is a fee to print it, or you can go to your local clerk's office and request it. Free game, y'all. Take it or leave it. True story. Nobody told me about Peach Court. Like we was out here fighting for records for years, and then I found out about Peach Court and found out I can get all of this shit for free. And if I can't get it for free, I can go to the clerk's office and get it. I also made
Definitely.
myself his power of attorney so they could not refuse me anything that I requested unless it was sealed. I'm telling y'all, check on y'all people that's in these systems. It ain't always what it looked like. Just because they was charged with it does not necessarily mean that is what happened. Now, some of them, hell yeah, they guilty, but not everybody in there is guilty. I'm not saying all these folks are innocent because there's some people who need to stay in there forever in 17 days. But they're swapping people out, especially our people. Yeah, baby, I still smoke cigarettes because I don't do drugs. I mean, I guess if I smoke weed or something, I probably wouldn't smoke cigarettes. But I got kids. I be pissing off the government, so in case they want to call defects, I'm gonna pass the piss test. So I smoke cigarettes. It's not legal. But Well, Kwanzaa, I think that's about it for tonight because I got to work in the morning. Thank
All
y'all
right.
who tuned in for tuning in. I know we've been kind of like all over the place. Who's
I
Marcus?
appreciate it.
Who's Marcus?
Mm,
Somebody's asked something about Marcus. I don't know who Marcus is, but it's going to be up to him if he wants to touch down on more stuff or put more out there. But if you're like me and like to go down the damn rabbit hole, because baby, we will be in the trenches of rabbit holes fucking with me. Because I don't want to get up here and say nothing to make an ass out of me. I went down the rabbit hole. These are public records. It's shit going on here, y'all, in this county. There's some corrupt people in this county, in these offices, and not just in this county, in these offices, a lot of small towns specifically. And it ain't just in Georgia, Mississippi, Oklahoma, all the places, really. When they talk about that good old boy system, it's a thing.
it's a
It's
thing
real.
for real.
And I'm not saying that to be racist. Anybody feel a type of way? You can feel a type of way. My mama white. I love my mama to death. I took care of my mama till God called her home. I took care of my Mexican stepdaddy till God called him home. It ain't about race. It is a system. It is a system that was designed to make us fail. It's what it is. It's what it is. And I'm just telling y'all, I wanted to put this man's story out there because I saw it. I know this man was on lockdown all these months, these years. I know for a fact that from the time my old man got in there last year up until this man was released, I can say I know this man was in lockdown then. Now, prior to that, I cannot say. But from that time frame, I can say this man was locked down. I've never heard of that. When I was in jail, I was in jail and cellmates with murderers, child molesters. I was in there on some robbery shit. It wasn't that serious. I had to do all that in aggravated assault. I did have some assaults. But everything I did, I own it. I stand on it. I wouldn't change it for nothing. All that, everything I went through brought me to where I am. And y'all not finna play with me. Y'all not finna play with my family, my kids, none of that. These folks, the police called defects on me because I put all their business on the internet. Baby, they called defects on me. I said, told the people, let me direct y'all to my Facebook page and show you why the fuck y'all are really here. What you want? Hair, urine, what you want? I'm a mama for real. I do this for real. But yes, I am a voice for those who can't speak. Because there's people in this county no shit going on, but because they own businesses or their family owns businesses, they can't speak. So who you think they bring it to? Me. Because I'm a little retarded. I don't mind. But damn, y'all, you got to stand for something or fall for anything. And I'm just tired of seeing it. I am so
For real.
tired of seeing this because, like, damn, ain't we been through enough? Like, for real. And I don't mean me and my family. I mean people in general. All people, black people, white people, yellow people, fucking little Martians and shit. They telling us don't exist, but then want us to put in some shit to prove we ain't robots and fucking aliens. Come on, bro. The government been lying to us for years. Wake the fuck up. All this shit is set up. Half the shit you see ain't even real. I'm telling you some real life shit. If I go missing or some crazy shit, y'all, somebody look for me. I'm just saying. People don't like when you put their business out there. And I think I'm special. So, you know. But I'm a mama. I'm a sister. I'm an auntie. And I was a mama years before I had kids. And the same way I want this man to tell his story. If any of y'all went through some similar shit or some tragic shit, you a victim, you didn't get no justice. If you want to get your story out there, not only will I help you put it out there, I will stand there with you. I will stand with you. And anybody who know me will say she gonna stand there and baby gonna stand on business every trip. Every trip. Because y'all, this is a messed up game. Our kids are dying. Our brothers are dying. Fathers are dying. Mamas are dying. This shit is crazy. Then these folks got immunity. So 9 times out of 10, y'all ain't even gonna get no justice. Oh, they got immunity. Be damned. But then when a father who's lost his son to the police go crazy and shoot the police, y'all seen that man. He went viral. Oh, y'all mad at him? I'm not mad at him. I wish you would have shot the right one. Yes. But I do understand. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying go out there and do that. What I'm saying as a mother, I can understand the logic. I can understand the logic. And I got some police that I will lay down for. I got some that's my friends for real. I don't have no issues with the police if they're not corrupt. I don't have an issue with judges, lawyers, probation officers, sheriffs, none of that if they're not corrupt. If they're doing their job and doing it by the oath that they took, I ride with you all day, bro. If y'all look on my Facebook a few years back when they was killing the police and stuff, I was out there with a sign protesting the back the blue. Yeah. I was out there with signs about Kendrick Johnson, Ahmaud Avery, Noah Bush. I care for real. People, the only thing we can't get back, y'all. We lose a person, we can't get that back. We can lose money, anything else. Time and people, we can't replace that. We can't. Please, one of my moderators, get these people out my comments. Because I don't even know who the hell they are, how they got here. But
Hey,
anyway,
look.
not all y'all. It's
Look,
some y'all can see the comments like I see them. Some of them doing the most, and fuck you, really. If you don't want to be here, if I'm bothering you, leave. I'm not making you watch. It's crazy. You pay your internet bill, not me. Change the fucking channel. Ugh. Anyway, I have to work tomorrow, but if you want to do this again, or if there's anything else you want to touch down on, because I know there's other people who's probably reached out to you as well. Because when I tell you there's days my phone don't stop going off for days. After this live, I promise you, because it streams to my Facebook. My shit's finna be crazy. But I'ma listen.
but, but listen, like I told you, I want to get this out as many times as possible. There's even things I want to tell about, like Ant, and it's man, so much stuff I want to get out. So this is just kind of new, like a new like platform for me. So just let me get comfortable. Then I still know that in the back of my head what I'm dealing with. So
Hmm.
just let
I'm
me
gonna
get
be
a little bit
real.
more
You might
comfortable.
want to write out your paper and then do what you do, only because of the fact they still got a hold on you in some
So,
capacity.
but maybe this might bring some light to that, and people might
Because
be able to
that's why
see.
I asked you, were you sure that you wanted to do this? Me, I ain't on probation, I ain't on parole. All my shit is clear. So they know if we come with her, my paperwork got to be in order because she's going to call it all out. Not only will she call it out, she will call it out and put it on live.
So
Somebody's going to be
listen,
calling you, what the hell is happening here? Because she's outside again. I thought we were going to keep her in the house. We weren't calling her back outside because I'm sick of it. I'm tired of the injustice. I'm tired of the bullshit. People matter. I don't give a damn if you're a drug addict. I don't care if you're a pastor, police. People matter. And we should not be used as pawns to bring up a fucking conviction rate. For what? Now, if you got us dead to right, you got the evidence, you got the proof, you go to court, you do your thing, you send us off. But do it the right way. Do it the right way. That's all I'm asking. Do your job by the oath that you took. Follow the Constitution. Let's try that. See what that's like. What would that America look like? I'm just tired, bro. But I'm gonna go to bed, y'all. Y'all know on YouTube it might be a day, a week, a month, ain't no telling. But I'll be back. And y'all feel free to look up any of this. I'm cool with it. I put all the information out there if you want to go down the rabbit hole. Cause baby, this is one for real. But y'all have a good night. And Kwanzaa, hit me up and let me know what you want to do from here. But again, I
only
will
be
say tread lightly for the simple fact you could become a casualty. And I don't mean they're gonna kill you, but I mean shit, you know what I mean. You've been
yeah,
there. You
yeah,
just got out of there. You know what's up. All right, bro, text me.
yeah.
But
All right,
good night, y'all.
all right.